Hey to all those seeking vibrant health, it's Dr. Rachel Northern here in Johnsburg, and today I'm doing some exercises and stretches for people who tend to have tight neck and shoulders, which is pretty much everybody in America because of tech neck, and if you're bored for work, looking at your phones, just those activities, you just have poor posture. So here's some things you can do to help your neck and shoulders feel a little bit better, especially if you have a lot of tension in the front of your neck. So two stretches for that. One is, the first one we're talking about is scalene. So a lot of people don't know what is scalene. There's like these muscles in the front of your neck. And so right here, if you saw that, they actually go in the front of your vertebrae, and they actually go all the way down to your ribs. And so these are the spots right here. If you pull like by your collarbone, and it's really tight in here, and then going up the front of the neck. So that area is usually painful for people if they're really tight. And unfortunately, a lot of times people are using those as like breathing muscles because they're attached to the neck. So first off, I want to make sure you're breathing properly. So like putting your hand on your belly and make sure you're taking nice deep breaths and drawing your shoulders down, and take a couple breaths in and out, trying to focus on not using your shoulders to breathe, but actually your muscle that's designed for breathing, your diaphragm, and making sure that kind of spans out and goes up and down as you breathe. Now, you want to try to have these not working. So sometimes I have people just put your fingers there and take a deep breath in and see if you feel those muscles firing. And if you do, then try to keep practicing on just getting your diaphragm to fire. So that's one thing to pay attention, bring the awareness to that. A way to stretch that, and I got this from Dr. Christie, the PT that we work with here, is she said kind of where you're kind of not just tipping your head sideways, which is good for a trap stretch. So you can do that, back and forth in the traps. You can take your arm behind you and get a little bit deeper. And you need to hold those stretches for at least 15 to 20 seconds to get some changes in that. So the scalenes is where you have to kind of tip sideways and then kind of extend like that chin forward. She said like looking at the birdies, like you're kind of looking sideways and tipping and holding that there. And then you can get a little bit deeper in these front muscles in there. And then again, just trying to do it on each side and then hold those. So those are really good. Those are good stretches to do. Now, since these are tight, a way to activate the back muscles here in the back of your neck, I recommend the isometric exercises. So, if your posture is good enough where you can put your head back and with your shoulder blades there, and you can go against the wall like that, like I can. I tell people to just pretend like your head's a drawer. You're just pushing your chin down. You want to keep that chin level. It shouldn't tip up, otherwise you're firing, the scalene muscle here. If you tip down, you help those muscles again in the front. So you want to try to keep that level and pushing straight back, just enough to engage the wall and where you feel the activation of your muscles back here. Again, I'd suggest for this one to hold 10 seconds and then relax. Now, I tell people a good trigger to help you remember to do this exercises is when you're at a stoplight. The headrest of your car should be a good place to be able to push straight back like that. You could do, if you can't get your head against the wall because your posture's so bad, or the curve of your spine, then you can always put your hand behind your head and push back. Just make sure you're not going like this and pushing back. You want to try to get your ear over your shoulder as much as possible, then push straight back. Or you can have someone put their hand on the back of your head. Just make sure you're keeping that chin nice and level. Like you're giving yourself a double chin. Hold for that 10 seconds. Relax for a couple seconds and do it about 4 to 6 times. And that's all I have for today.